Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk an update on PlayStation games on PC. A pretty notable update that is definitely a great update. However, it's something that I had speculated would be the case in several other videos, so we'll talk about that. And also, I do want to give you guys a heads up on an Epic Game Store exclusive that will ultimately be coming to PC. One that's been long awaited, at least from myself, and we have an update on Company of Heroes 3, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. But first of all, it was noted by Hermen Hulst, head of PlayStation Worldwide Studios, that single-player PlayStation games would require at least 1 year to go to PC. In the case of live service games, however, they would be date and date on PC as they would on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. This is coming from a French interview with Hermen Hulst. It's translated, you guys get the idea. This makes all the sense in the world to me, just because PlayStation has been, like, kind of cultivated to be a single-player platform. Like, it's more associated with single-player gaming, I feel, with the hardcore audience. Like, let's be real here, even if, like, the hardcore PlayStation audience is playing the single-player games, and they do really well. Horizon sold 20 million copies, Last of Us does great, etc., etc. Call of Duty, NBA, Madden, those are still some of the biggest games on PlayStation. They're just not first-party games, but when we talk about first-party, we really associate PlayStation with single-player experiences these days. I mean, when was the last time they had a multiplayer game that really, you know, popped off and became something that a lot of people were invested into, a first-party multiplayer game at that? Maybe I'm forgetting something, I don't think I am, but, you know, if you want these games, a live service game, a multiplayer-focused title, you gotta bring it on PC day and date, for a multitude of reasons, because at the end of the day, for a multiplayer game, player base is everything. You gotta have a decent number of players invested into the experience and keeping that experience rolling. It'll peak at the highest number on day one, of course, at least the majority of games do. Then it'll taper off, it'll go down and down. But what is that number you're gonna stabilize at? You need to stabilize at a number that is gonna be sufficient enough for the game to continue to roll it on. It's games as a service. You need people to service, as they would say. And honestly, for a lot of titles, a lot of potential games as a service title, I think if you release it day and day on PC and PlayStation 5, I think the PC version of the game would be more popular than the PlayStation 5 version of the game. I don't know. If they did a Horizon multiplayer title, I really do believe PC would have as many, if not more people playing than on PlayStation, because a variety of reasons. Again, that core PlayStation audience, I feel like they're more interested in single-player experiences. Not only that, there are just more people with a PC than there are a PlayStation, and people with a PC are usually playing a lot of multiplayer titles, so I just think it'll be more effective in having those multiplayer games on PC. In the case of single-player games, they're noting at least 1 year, which, there has been no PlayStation game, I think, that has made a 1 year turnaround from what I recall. I think Last of Us Part 1 will be the first one. Miles Morales is 2 years. Days Gone was 2 years. Horizon Zero Dawn was 3.5. God of War was almost 4. So, obviously, this PlayStation on PC initiative is still very much a new thing, so we don't have, like, a huge sample size of games, and they're working on the games that they are going to do really well. In a couple of years, we'll see what that turnaround time is really going to be. I think we'll see Horizon Forbidden West on PC in 2023. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. Ghost of Tsushima 2023, but that would be a 3-year window for that game. So yeah, but remember that these things are very fluid. You know, like, Sony could see the sales numbers of PC doing really well, and they could be like, you know, we could just release all our games day to day. I think ultimately we're gonna get to that point. Like, I know that might seem like a little bit of a stretch now. I think in half a decade, I really do believe that the PlayStation games are gonna be on PC day one. There's just so much money to be made that why not just do it? And I always believe that the people that are gonna buy a console, buy a console. Like, I really don't think releasing these PlayStation games on PC are gonna hamper the sales of consoles that much. Maybe a tiny bit, but I think the people that want to buy a PlayStation are gonna buy a PlayStation. The people that want to play on PC are gonna play on PC. And yeah, there might be a little bit of a, you know, a cross-platform and people that utilize both and then would completely move on over to PC, but I think that's offset by the sheer amount of money they would make by releasing these PlayStation games day one on PC. Maybe they look at it in a sense, and we'll see how Sackboy and games like that do that. Hey, we can release these games on PlayStation, then release these games at full price on PC, and then people will still buy it. Let's see some sales numbers, and and, you know, let's not push the cart before the horse. We had things like Spider-Man God of War do really well, but, you know, Sackboy, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, I feel like that's kind of like a different, you know, barometer to gauge, but nonetheless, we'll see how all that turns out. Again, just expect it to be pretty fluid, but I think more than anything, the idea of games as a service, those titles, those multiplayer games, absolutely day and date on PC, that's gotta happen. You'll want these games to have a large audience of people invested into these experiences. You want cross-platform play there as well, and you want people to just be playing those games. That's the idea of those games. Those games aren't being utilized to sell the console itself. You just want those games to be played and people invested into those experiences. So, nonetheless, that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, it was noted by Katie, the social media manager for Sonic, that there are still plans to bring Sonic Colors Ultimate to Steam and PC. So Sonic Colors Ultimate was one of those forgotten Epic Game Store exclusives. It came out on, what's it called? PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch. It came out on pretty much every platform. But yeah, it never came out on Steam. Epic Game Store exclusive, but it should be coming here to Steam at some point. I don't know when. Probably you'd want to get Sonic Frontiers out first, of course, but then hopefully we'll get Sonic Colors Ultimate on PC as well at a bit of a discount. Lastly, I do want to note that the Company of Heroes Twitter account put out an official update on Company of Heroes 3, noting as we approach a November 17 launch date for Company of Heroes 3, our team has decided the game is not quite up to our players or our own high standards. There are still bugs to squash, pixels to polish, gameplay to adjust, and feedback to address. As a result, we've decided to move the launch date to February 23rd of 2023. We know that February is absolutely disgusting as far as how many games are coming out on PC. That's my 2 cents. That's not in the official statement. It continues, while we know many of you are itching to get your hands on the game, we believe this to be the best decision for Company of Heroes 3, our players, and our studio. This provides our hardworking team and partners with the necessary time to deliver Company of Heroes 3 in a better overall state. We are incredibly proud of the dedication our community has shown throughout the Company of Heroes development. Your feedback has been critical in these late stages of development and will continue to be a driver for our team for years to come. Thank you for our support and patience, the Company of Heroes 3 team. So, Company of Heroes 3 has been in development for quite a while. Company of Heroes 2 was actually one of the very first PC games I played, and I actually really enjoyed it. I'm not a big strategy game guy, but I enjoyed my time with Company of Heroes 2, and Company of Heroes 3 shaping up pretty nicely. They've had like a period where a lot of players have been able to try out the game and be able to play it, but the official release pushed back to February 23rd of 2023. But that is going to do it for me. Again, as far as games as a service title, it looks like they will be day one on PC alongside PlayStation 5 as far as single-player games go. At least 1 year to see those come to PC, but maybe that'll change, who knows. Sonic Colors Ultimate will still be coming to Steam at some point, and Company of Heroes 3 has been delayed to 2023, February 23rd to be exact. That's gonna do it for me. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.